Now on Coast TV News.
Clouds are increasing this morning with showers to our west, and we're looking at the showers developing later today, becoming a steady rain into Wednesday with a yellow alert in effect then. I'll track it on Futurecast coming up next.
Primary day in Maryland, we look at the key races that will determine candidates for November's general election.
Selections for Delaware School Board, we have the competitive races in Sussex County.
Bridge blast, the demolition, and what is hoped to be the result near the Port of Baltimore.
This is Coast TV News Today.
And welcome to our 6 o'clock hour. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Paige Marley. It's Tuesday, May 14th, 2024.
Yeah, Paige, I'm going Blue Tuesday.
Yeah.
You, myself, Bob, all sporting the color that might describe the mood later today as some of that wetter weather.
Yeah. See, I was going to go opposite of you. I was going to say we're wearing blue, but we're not feeling blue.
Oh. Yeah. That's why I like you. You're a glass half full person.
I try. Not all the time. We know that. But let's bring in Bob right now, who, yes, also wearing blue. But how are you feeling, Bob?
I have another take. I'm wearing blue because I'm optimistic for blue skies this morning. Yes! For a couple hours, and then the clouds roll in, and then we start to see rain later on. Temperature-wise, out the door, I have that heavier jacket, 52 in Salisbury, 50 in Redden, 57 in Millsboro, 60 Bethany Beach, Lewis at 57. We do have a southerly breeze, and that will warm us up. Now, we have clouds increasing, a few peaks of blue, but that's going to be short-lived because we have thicker clouds building into Delmarva, even some showers showing up across Virginia right now, Charlottesville back through Roanoke as well. Some of these might dry up before they get here, but I think eventually we'll moisten the atmosphere and see some showers later today. Futurecast at 7, already 60 degrees, so it'll be mild. We'll see some peaks of sun this morning, and then I think thicker clouds into the afternoon. By noon, mid-70s. Now here comes some showers early afternoon. At first, kind of hit and miss. Then I think they become more steady into the evening. So UV index, this is mainly for this morning, a 5, and then we start to see the clouds. So burn time, 30 minutes. So really not too much of an issue, the sun today, and down the road even less so Wednesday with all the clouds and rain. But by Friday we're back into the very high range, higher SPF, midday shade, limit time outdoors, and avoid the sun late morning into early afternoon at that time.
Bob, happening today, it's the Maryland primary and two races that we're paying extra attention to, U.S. Senate and House District 1. First, the Senate race. This is to replace retiring Democrat Ben Cardin, and on the Democrat side, you can see the candidates there on your screen. They are vying for that party's nomination. Got in the Republican side, you can see the 7 candidates there. A Republican has not been elected by Marylanders to the Senate since 1980.
Over in the race for the House of Representatives, there are only a few candidates on both sides. For U.S. House Seat 1, those candidates, they're right there on your screen. Republican incumbent Andy Harris will compete against 2 other candidates, Chris Bruneau and Michael Lemon. There are only 2 Democratic candidates looking to take the spot, which again we're showing you on your screen, Blaine Miller and Blessing Alawarde. They are both on the ballot. Those polls are open from 7 a.m. until 8 p.m.
Maryland, not the only state holding elections on this Tuesday. School board elections taking place all across Delaware. So here are the contested races that we are tracking. 3 of the districts in Indian River have more than one candidate on the ballot. We're talking about districts 1, 4, and 5. In Woodbridge, 3 candidates are vying for the at-large seat there. 2 are running in Delmar for that district's at-large seat. Polls are open statewide, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m.
As we are breaking down the proposed 2025 Worcester County budget, continuing the focus on education. According to that budget, the county plans to invest heavily in education, allocating nearly $117 million. This is over half of its total budget to support local schools. The county says the funding boosts will cover both day-to-day school operations and the cost of building new school facilities. Teachers and school staff can look forward to salary increases, including a 6% raise for certified teachers and a 6.5% raise for support staff. The budget includes better pay for bus drivers and increased spending on school buses.
As you first saw on the Coast TV News app today, Laurel School District Superintendent Sean Larimore is facing 5 charges from a DUI incident. According to Laurel Police, Larimore was stopped after failing to stop or slow down for a police traffic stop. This happened Friday night on Route 13 near Camp Road, and according to police, he was driving a Ford F-150 with expired registration and was seen driving almost entirely on the shoulder as well as swerving lanes. Police say when stopped, they found signs of alcohol impairment.
The planned demolition to remove a part of the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Maryland took place yesterday. We're showing that to you on your screen. Maryland governors discussed the removal process, and it involved using small explosives to break apart that massive chunk of the bridge that collapsed when the cargo ship hit it 6 weeks ago. The demolition aims to remove that debris and ultimately free that ship that's still partially trapped underneath.
Lewis City Council exploring the option of imposing a 3% lodging tax on hotels. Some business owners say the proposal may make it more difficult to rent out rooms. Lewis currently does not have a lodging tax in place, but hotel owners, they do have to pay an 8% tax to the state. Hotel owners would have to pay both those taxes if this proposed ordinance gets the green light. CoastTV spoke with one business owner. He said he doesn't want to charge his customers more.
It could deter some people. I couldn't project that it would, because 1 or 2 or 3% is not going to break the budget. But you know, it could be a factor in some people's desire to come visit us.
And nothing was finalized at Monday night's City Council meeting.
Staying in Lewis, at the same council meeting, the Lewis Public Library moved forward with a new pavilion. You can see those renderings of the new addition to the library on your screen. According to the library, the purpose of the pavilion would be for library programs and events, but also available for community and private events. City Council reviewed the plans at their meeting, and they'll allow the library to move forward with this project. The library received all the necessary approvals from various city and state agencies to break ground. The Ocean Pines Association has some strict rules when it comes to what property owners can put in their own yard. Teachers and parents around Worcester County put up some signs on their lawn, hoping to build support for public school budgets. But the Ocean Pines Association has a list of rules and regulations for what can and can't be displayed in people's properties. So if you want to post a sign, even in your own yard, it requires written permission from the Architectural Review Committee. None of the signs that we've been showing you have received that approval. In fact, one Worcester County teacher in Ocean City had to take hers down, but she continues to show her support.
We're continuing to try to impress upon the commissioners that, you know, this is really important for the schools to stay great.
Some teachers and parents hope they can make a change before the Worcester County budget is final. And this brings us now to our CoastTV poll. We're asking, how important is visible community support for public education?
Yeah, most of the people voting, we saw a slight change there, but the irrelevant has most of the votes there with 47%, but a number of people also chiming in for very important. So different opinions there. Also a couple votes for somewhat and not so much. If you haven't voted yet, you can still do so at coasttv.com or on the mobile app. Happening tonight, the most anticipated game in the history of the Women's Pro Basketball League, the WNBA. Caitlin Clark will make her debut with the Indiana Fever. Clark is college basketball's all-time leading scorer. She's a two-time Player of the Year. Clark and her team are playing on the road in Connecticut. Former President Trump's longtime lawyer, Michael Cohen, expected back on the witness stand today. Cohen pleaded guilty to lying to Congress 6 years ago. He's considered a key witness by the Democrats prosecuting this case.
Now NBC's Bree Jackson shows us the outcome of yesterday's court day and what's expected as this trial continues.
You have any messages for Donald Trump?
Former President Trump's former fixer, Michael Cohen, taking the stand, testifying that he was acting on behalf of Trump when he made hush money payments to Stormy Daniels, saying everything required Mr. Trump's sign-off. Cohen also claiming Trump was furious in 2016 when he learned Daniels was still trying to sell her story of an alleged sexual encounter with the former president, stating that he told Mr. Trump he would pay Daniels as part of a non-disclosure agreement, opting to use money from a home equity line of credit, and that Mr. Trump's response was along the lines of, "Don't worry, you'll get the money back." Trump is accused of falsifying business records to cover up a reimbursement to Cohen.
They have to believe, Michael Cohen, the conspirators, Donald Trump, that they are potentially breaking the law, that they falsified these documents with the intent to break another law. In order to do so, that statement, this has to appear as legitimate.
The former president's political allies came to his defense.
I'm here for the simple reason to show support for a friend. I think this trial is absolutely ridiculous.
The depressing thing I've ever been in. Mental anguish is trying to be pushed on the Republican candidate for the President of the United States this year. That's all this is.
Trump denies the allegations.
There's no crime here. This is 4 weeks of keeping me from not campaigning.
The former president's legal team has attacked Cohen's credibility and argues he's out for revenge. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
Cross-examination by Trump's lawyers expected to begin today. The defense expected to hit Cohen on his past convictions and his credibility.
We're just getting started this hour of Coast TV News Today.
Coming up, Beach Benefits will tell you the plans for the millions of dollars announced for the beaches in Delaware.
And an area in Georgetown is now under inspection as officials aim to determine what kind of improvements are needed. We're telling you what that inspection will entail.
Long-awaited 5 Points roundabout. Actually, it's not going to open when expected. We'll tell you what DelDOT is saying that's causing the delay and the new expected open date. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
Dive into the extraordinary this spring at Bella Terrace Garden Center. Discover rare wonders, vibrant annuals, perennials, a wide range of native plants, and lush tropicals. With over 20 years of expertise, trust us to elevate your curb appeal. Explore our website and follow us on Facebook and Instagram for insider tips, inspiration, and exclusive deals that will take your gardening to the next level. Experience the possibilities at our garden center right off Route 16 between Milton and Allendale.
Hey Delmarva, get ready to save big at Preston Ford's Memorial Day sales event. SUVs cost less at Preston with over $6,000 in total savings. And don't miss out on 1.9% financing for 72 months on America's best-selling truck, the 2023 Ford F-150. We have over 800 Ford models ready to be driven home today. Shop with us online at PrestonFord.com and we'll deliver it to your driveway today. Be a part of all the excitement going on right now during the Memorial Day sales event at Preston Ford. Cars cost less in Preston.
Make no mistake, America is being invaded. Biden's open border is flooding our cities with violent criminals and deadly drugs. Democrats put American families last, kicking our kids out of school to house illegals. The invasion must end. I'm Robin Ficker and I approve this message. I'm running for Senate to secure the border. I'll stand with Trump, finish the wall, and deport criminal illegals to save our country.
When choosing a granite countertop, choose one for real life and beauty. No matter what life throws at them, they'll look beautiful forever. Ancient Art Stone invites you to discover the affordability of granite and upgrade your home to the beautiful works of art from Ancient Art Stone. Centrally located in Milford, Delaware, serving all of Delmarva to make your dreams a reality. Visit us and allow our devoted professionals to craft, fabricate, and install a superior finished product that will transform your home into a work of art.
We are seeing some morning sunshine a little farther to the north. Bay Health Cam and Dover. There it is. Some sun, 56 degrees, but the clouds are quickly moving in. And temperatures are cool this morning, as chilly as 50 in Redden, 54 in Delmar, but a little warmer at the beaches. So make sure you grab the umbrella for later and definitely the heavier jacket as the clouds are beginning to increase. Mid to high level clouds over us, but thicker clouds to the south and west moving in, and even some showers across Virginia. And some of these may dry up, but some of these will get in here a little bit later on, probably by afternoon. So a golf forecast, left the putt short again. I put it in the fair category as I think it'll be dry this morning with showers later. Make sure you have the rain gear, and 75 a little bit later on this afternoon.
Ready to slow down today in Ocean City. A special event zone is back. According to the town, this zone is for the annual Cruisin' Ocean City event. This special event zone will be in effect starting today through next Sunday. During the week, all speed limits in town are reduced to 30 miles per hour. Fines are increased, and police could arrest violators for reckless driving. The Cruisin' Ocean City event will take place on Thursday, and it will go through the 19th. We have an update on a story that we have been covering for you. It's about that new roundabout near 5 Points in the Lewis area. It was supposed to be fully open tomorrow. Well, now there's going to be a slight delay. All the rainy weather in Bob's forecast is going to push things back just a bit, though. It's going to not be a big delay. DelDOT tells Coast TV News that they still plan to have it open before the end of the week. We will keep an eye on that, and we'll keep you updated with any new information.
You may have to kiss your Cheddar Bay biscuits goodbye. Red Lobster is abruptly closing at least 48 of its restaurants around the country. That's according to a leading restaurant liquidator. So this week, TaggieX Brands is conducting an online auction of Red Lobster kitchen equipment. It includes their equipment, their furniture, and other contents at the restaurants that are closing. General Motors' autonomous driving Cruise will start taking its self-driving vehicles out on public roads again this week. The company had to halt their testing last October after a pedestrian was hit in San Francisco. So now, to help prevent similar incidents, Cruise vehicles will have a safety driver at the wheel of the modified Chevrolet Bolt EVs. Still ahead this morning, an area in Georgetown is under inspection as officials aim to determine what kinds of improvements are needed there. We'll tell you why one local's happy to see a survey moving along.
And we're seeing some folks enjoying the sunshine on the beach in Rehoboth. They know, they were listening, that it's not going to be sticking around very long today. So let's soak it in as the clouds are increasing. We've got showers building in as well. That's going to turn to a steady rain building in overnight. A yellow alert for at least a half an inch of rain tomorrow. I'll have the details coming up next.
Honor cyclists and loved ones who were injured or lost their lives as a result of vehicle cyclist crashes. Join us for the Maryland Eastern Shore Ride of Silence Wednesday, May 15th at 6 p.m. As part of May Bike Month, we're bringing attention to drivers and cyclists sharing the road. Start and finish at Unity Square in Salisbury. Helmets are required and lights front and back are encouraged. For more information, visit the Ride of Silence Maryland Eastern Shore Facebook page.
Every day, Washington politicians let the border crisis continue and do nothing. They fail the American people. Open border Democrats and status quo Republicans are both to blame. We need common sense leaders with the guts to get it done.
Typical D.C. politicians play politics instead of solving the problem. As governor, we fought sanctuary cities. Enough is enough. Secure the border immediately. I'm Larry Hogan, and I approve this message. In the Senate, I'll fight to keep our communities safe.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry-first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation, where we bring the showroom to you.
The weather is brought to you by Spicer Brothers Construction. Born here to serve here.
At Spicer Brothers, we're not just about installing roofs. We're about protection, durability, and peace of mind. Our team of skilled professionals can install your last roof using the highest quality materials in as little as 1 day. And we make it easy with on-site design and digital proposal.
And right now, save $1,000 off your new roof. Plus, have peace of mind with our Platinum Plus lifetime warranty. And the best part, enjoy no interest and no payments for 18 months.
Call today and schedule your free in-home consultation because you deserve the best.
We're approaching 6:17 on this Tuesday morning, and here is a live look at Seaford, the home of the Blue Jays. Not a lot of signs of sunshine there. Maybe out in the distance. Clouds continuing to roll in, and Bob, you are tracking some rain for later.
I am. You know, we saw the sun mat on the two cameras previous, but not on this one. Those were a little farther north and east in the sunshine, but Seaford a little into the more so in the thicker clouds right now, as we're seeing the thinner clouds to the east, but increasing and thickening clouds off to the south and west. So mainly amidst the high-level clouds, the thicker clouds are building in through Virginia, and even some showers. Are they hitting the ground? It's hard to say around the Newport News area, Norfolk, southern tip of Delmarva is seeing maybe a few showers, and those showers extend farther to the west of D.C. Not especially heavy, but kind of the beginnings of this system, and more rain back through the Carolinas. Two systems we're watching. We're watching one across the Midwest and another one across the Gulf Coast. These will kind of join forces and then give us our rainy scenario as we go tonight on into your Wednesday. Here is the temperatures out the door. It's kind of chilly, 52 in Salisbury, 50 in Redden. Seaford, you're waking up to 56, 60 in Rehoboth and Bethany Beach right now, as we've got a southerly breeze, and that will warm us up today. We're going to see the increasing clouds, but temperatures do boost up pretty nicely. Lower 60s at 7:30. By 10:30, we're in the low 70s. Cooler 60s at the beaches, and then by 1:30, we're into the mid-70s inland, so that's not bad, considering that we're going to have the clouds, but we will have a stronger southerly wind with a little cooler conditions at the beaches. And then by 4 o'clock, we'll start to see some showers popping up here and there. Not a steady steady rain, but I think through the overnight we will start to see that steady rain developing probably after midnight, and then it gets steady to maybe heavy 4 a.m. through about 7 a.m. tomorrow. Could be a slow commute Wednesday morning with the heavier rain, perhaps some local flooding in poor drainage areas, but it shouldn't be too bad as we're seeing the heavier rain continuing late morning into early afternoon, maybe a rumble of thunder and a strong easterly wind, really keeping our temperatures down, 50s and low 60s in the afternoon. That could be it for high temperatures. That's about it, as it's still pretty raw and chilly tomorrow evening with more of the showers. Get a little break as we go through the overnight into Thursday morning, but then the spinning area of low pressure could send more showers back into our neck of the woods on Thursday. I think we dry it out Friday, and then Saturday, it looks like a few more showers in place there. And then on Sunday, hopefully a little drier. So we'll kind of flip-flop from last week, where Saturday was the dry day last week and Sunday was the wet day. We're looking at about a ½ inch to a good inch of rain across the area, maybe some places over 1.5 inches of rain. So a good soaker as we go through the next couple of days. Here's your Paul Davis 7-day forecast. Mid-70s today with the showers building in. And then Wednesday, it's a yellow alert day for at least a ½ inch of rain. Some places over 1 inch, 65. Lingering showers Thursday, 68. 70 on Friday. So we keep it cool right into the end of the week and the weekend. And those showers on Saturday, 68. But then partly cloudy Sunday, 72. And then drier Monday. It's always dry on Monday. Drier Monday and 74 and partly cloudy.
Your album in your previous life, Bob. All right, thanks, Bob. A couple of Georgetown streets are being inspected to determine the road and drainage improvements needed. The survey is happening along James Street and Robinson Street. This is between Edward and James Street. Storm drain pipes will be cleaned during the inspection with the goal of ultimately finding ways to improve the drainage system on James Street. We wanted to know how this is being received, so we went to Georgetown, and here is what one man told us.
Since the Wawa opened up last fall, you can see by the traffic it normally is not that busy at all. This is a residential area, but it's become a major east-west thoroughfare. It should be tended to now rather than later.
And once finalized, plans will follow town and DNREC standards and require other agency approvals. Up next, beach benefits. We'll tell you why Delaware beaches are getting millions of dollars of taxpayer money. Don't go anywhere on CoastTV News Today.
The UV Index Weather Report is sponsored by Ocean City Tourism. Somewhere to smile about.
You're invited to a party 10 years in the making.
That will cut this out.
Celebrate Jimmy Fallon's 10th anniversary with an unforgettable primetime special.
Can I date Nicole Kidman?
The Tonight Show 10th anniversary special. Tonight on NBC and Peacock.
$1 million on the line.
You know what's going to happen right now? This.
AGT, May 28th on NBC and Peacock.
Our soldiers are heroes who protect our country. But when they come home, it's up to us to help our heroes. Now, during FH First Spring Into Giving campaign, for every $29 cooling system tune-up we perform, we'll donate that amount directly to Wounded Warrior Project. FH Fur Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical. Call 877-CALL-FUR or visit FHFur.com to schedule your $29 cooling system tune-up. And use hashtag SpringIntoGiving to share how you're giving back.
Elevate your business and engage more customers with Draper Media. Our diverse network of media properties such as WBOC, CoastTV, 93.5 The Beach, and 102.5 WBOC reaches over 500,000 Delmarva residents across various channels like television, radio, social media, and digital platforms. Enhance your brand's visibility across the Delmarva region with Draper Media. Our passionate team of media specialists and content creators are dedicated to showcasing your brand through engaging commercials, dynamic drone footage, eye-catching graphic and web design, and social media branding. Share your brand story on our popular programs, capturing the attention of your target audience. Trust your brand with Draper Media, a family-oriented company serving the Delmarva community. Contact Frank Hamilton today at fhamilton@wboc.com to get started.
Do you know any young fishermen looking to compete? There is 1 week left to register for DNREC's youth tournament In Sussex County, it's Saturday, June 1st at Ingram's Pond in Millsboro. The program is free and it's open to kids 4 to 15 years old. You got to compete to register by Friday.
Monday marked the first day of the seasonal Bethany Beach police training. These 9 recruits met the standards of physical tests and psychological evaluations. The Laurel Police Department and Selbyville Police Department, they came together to help kickstart their careers. Once they complete their training in 2 weeks, they will then take part in a 4-day certified police cycling course.
Protection coming to Delaware beaches. Senator Tom Carper was in Slaughter Beach yesterday to announce $32 million in funding to protect our Delaware Bay beaches. If you spent much time out, then you've probably noticed the Delaware Bay beaches have become extremely thin, and they're turning vulnerable to the impacts of rising seas and coastal storms. This funding will be vital in helping to protect the Delaware Bay beaches from continued impacts of climate change.
Funding will go toward restoring some almost 30 miles of beach and dunes. And what do those beach and dunes do? As you know, they help protect our communities along the bay. I want to say from like Pickering all the way down to Lewis.
And the plan is to use funding in part to widen the beaches, but also to change or lessen the slope of the beaches. The goal of those combined steps is to reduce the impacts from waves from coastal storms.
We bring back First Alert meteorologist Bob Trahey, and I don't think it matters whether you're on the ocean beaches or the bay beaches. You're going to see a lot of clouds today.
Yeah.
I think so, but I think you'll see a little bit more sun on the beach side, the Atlantic side, as you're seeing more clouds on the bay side moving in from the west. Fenwick Island and Ocean City this morning, a little bit of sun, not going to last long, thickening clouds throughout the day, and temperatures staying in the 60s, maybe upper 60s, Fenwick Island, and then Lewis, morning sunshine, increased in clouds, mid-70s for you, so temperature-wise not bad, and becoming cloudy in Rehoboth. Could see a few afternoon showers. UV index is moderate, waves around 2 to 4 feet. Now, on the bay side, Cambridge the next 3 days, 75 with showers today, 65 with rain Wednesday, and some lingering showers Thursday, and pretty much the same for Crisfield with lower 70s. Rain develops today, kind of a raw day tomorrow, mid-60s, and 66 for you. Still some lingering showers on Thursday, and then the weekend is still some rain again. What else can we say? A 50-50 weekend. Much more on our rain chances coming up in a few minutes.
Just looking forward to that. Also ahead this morning, the process of clearing the destruction of the Key Bridge collapse continues. We're telling you plans for finally removing that ship from the water.
Happening today, voting for school boards all over Delaware. We'll tell you which districts have competitive races.
And Maryland preparing for their primary. Many candidates on the ballot today. We're showing you who's vying for position on each side in the House and the Senate. CoastTV News Today will be right back.
Accurate termite and pest control. Our professional pest management program includes year-round protection, 4 seasonal visits or more, and pest-free peace of mind. Locally owned and operated, Accurate termite and pest control, on target since 1995.
There are too many areas in Maryland elected officials seem to have a hard time finding. Not David Trone. His family came from Cambridge, right by the Choptank River that he used to fish in as a boy. If you're going to stand up for people who too often feel ignored and left out, you have to show up. David has. From Eastern Shore to Mountain Maryland and back, every Marylander deserves a voice, and David intends to carry yours all the way to the U.S. Senate.
I'm David Trone, and I approve this message.
For every season, every weather moment, stay ahead with the CoastTV First Alert Weather Phone. Just call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Baird, Mandalis, Brockstead, and Federico.
Whatever your struggle, there's hope. Call Homes for Hope to schedule your same-day appointment.
My spirit just want to throw the shoe, and it's a compliment, Chris. Country superstar Chris Stapleton.
I didn't go to a shoe throwing church.
And of course, we gotta sing together.
Every single minute of every day.
Accurate termite and pest control. A new season is coming, and so are the pests. They want in. Trust Accurate to keep them out year-round. Locally owned and operated, Accurate termite and pest control, on target since 1995.
Now on CoastTV News.
Clouds are increasing this morning with showers to our west, and those showers build in through the afternoon, then becomes a steady rain into tonight and Wednesday with a yellow alert in effect at that time. I'll track it on FutureCast coming up next.
The primary, the key races we are tracking in Maryland as candidates vie for their party's nomination.
Delaware School District decisions, voters going to the polls today in Delaware as well. Which districts have competitive races for school board seats?
Looming lodge tax in Lewis, what the city is attempting to do, and why some hotels are saying a new tax? Well, that's going to be double dipping.
This is CoastTV News Today.
May 14th, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensa. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Paige Marley.
Yeah, time is 6:29 as we make our way on this Tuesday morning. It's a morning that, well, people are going to go to the polls.
Yep.
A lot going on today.
A lot going on today. Yeah, a lot of the polls, the rain, it's coming, it's going, and then it's coming again, and it's going. Yeah. So kind of like you guys in the polls, coming and going, So let's bring in Bob right now. Bob, people probably should prepare, their work schedule, but also their voting schedule around the rain today.
Exactly, but the rain shouldn't prevent you from going to the polls. Still have to rock the vote, right? And it's not going to be a heavy rain even into this afternoon. So if you are going to the polls at that time, not a big deal. Just bring the umbrella and raincoat. But this morning we're dry. Temperatures in the 50s to around 60 in Bethany Beach and Rehoboth, 52 in Salisbury, 53 in Greenwood. So it's cooler inland. So definitely need that light jacket as the winds are light and coming out of the southwest. We have some mid-level clouds, some breaks of blue over Delaware. We're seeing a little bit of the sun, but thicker clouds back to the west and even showers developing across Virginia and maybe the southern tip of Delmarva. It's going to take a while for these showers to overcome some drier air, but eventually we will see that activity into this afternoon. Here's FutureCast 7:30. We're looking at some breaks of blue, otherwise some clouds building in and temperatures in the low 60s, and then a quick warm up through the 60s into the mid 70s by noon, around 75 in Salisbury, Georgetown 76, but cooler at the beaches. And then here's 2 p.m. and starting to see some of those showers popping up, and that'll be the case into the afternoon hours. Temperatures fall back and the showers become more prevalent. Today's checklist, you need the umbrella and the raincoat, especially for the afternoon. Make sure you pack those if you're gone for a period of time. A light jacket for sure this morning, especially inland areas. I'll say no to the sunscreen, even though the sun is out, it won't be out very long. Have the warm beverage, maybe a cup of coffee, and the sunglasses mainly for this morning, and then the showers this afternoon.
Good, Bob. Thank you. Happening today, it's the Maryland primary. There are open seats for the Senate and the House in the state. On the Democrat side, we're going to show you the candidates on your screen. Frontrunner David Trone competing against 9 other candidates, and they're all vying for retiring Senator Ben Cardin's seat. Then on the Republican side, frontrunner and former Maryland Governor Larry Hogan will compete against 6 other candidates. You're seeing all those candidates on your screen right now. There's not been a Republican Senate win since 1980.
Over in the race for the House of Representatives, District 1, there are only a few candidates on both sides. Here are the Republicans. Incumbent Andy Harris is being challenged by Chris Bruno and Michael Lemon, and there are only 2 Democrats looking to take that spot. You can see them on your screen. You got Blaine Miller and Blessing Olawardere. Polls are open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Maryland, not the only state holding elections on this Tuesday. School board elections are taking place across Delaware. So here are the contested races that we've been tracking. 3 of the Indian and Indian River have been more than 1 candidate on the ballot. So we're talking about districts 1, 4, and 5. And then in Woodbridge, 3 candidates there are running for the at-large seat. 2 are running in Delmar for the district's at-large seat. Those polls also open 7 a.m. until 8 p.m.
Hotels in Lewis facing a new expense to run their businesses. The city is looking to charge a lodging tax that could be as much as 3%.
CoastTV's Charles Reinert shows us why some business owners say it may be too much.
Checking into a tax increase.
It could deter some people.
Lewis City Council have decided to push a controversial lodging tax forward to a public hearing. This lodging tax would go up to 3% for owners of hotels, motels, and bed and breakfasts. Rick Quill, owner of the Blue Water House, doesn't want to have to charge his customers more.
And again, we don't have a business that's 365 days a year. And I think we're all conscious enough to be grateful for the great guests we get. And our responsibility to them is to try to keep their expenses as low as possible.
Hotels already pay the state of Delaware 8% in hospitality tax, and this extra charge would bring Lewis in line with other beach towns like Rehoboth Beach. but Quill worries it might keep some people from visiting the first town.
I couldn't project that it would, because 1 or 2 or 3% is not going to break the budget. But it could be a factor in some people's desire to come visit us.
The hotel tax is not the only price increase being kicked around. Short-term rental owners' gross receipts rental tax may also go up from 5% to 6%. City Council scheduled a public hearing for both of these increases on July 1st.
We just want to reiterate that there is still a lot more discussion to be had before we can reach the finish line on this proposed lodging tax. I'm Charles Reinert in Lewis, CoastTV News.
Planned demolition to remove a portion of the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Maryland. It took place yesterday. You just saw it right there on your screen. This involved using small explosives to break apart a big chunk of that bridge that collapsed when a cargo ship hit it 6 weeks ago. Trapped a 213 million pound vessel underneath. The demolition hopes to remove that debris and ultimately free the ship. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken arrived in Ukraine today. It's his fourth visit to Ukraine's capital city of Kyiv since Russia's invasion, and he will meet with President Volodymyr Zelensky to discuss battlefield updates, the impact of new U.S. security, and tens of billions of dollars of U.S. taxpayer money Ukraine is receiving, also long-term security commitments and ongoing work to bolster Ukraine's economic recovery.
Former President Trump blasted the case against him as he left a New York courtroom Monday. The former president's being charged with 34 counts of falsifying business records to allegedly hide hush money payments to adult film star Stormy Daniels. Daniels testified she had a brief sexual encounter with Trump, claimed Trump has denied. On his way out of court, the former president cited quotes from a number of political and media allies who believe this case is unjust.
More news to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Still coming up, Ocean City could also be seeing a new hotel tax. We'll tell you about the increase set for the decision by Maryland Governor Wes Moore.
And Cape Henlopen Boys High School lacrosse gearing up for the biggest test of the season. We'll show you what to expect as they take on Salesianum tonight. Stay with us on CoastTV News today.
At Atlantic General Hospital, we've been busy. Busy expanding healthcare services that are second to none in our region. From cancer care and women's health services to orthopedics, gastroenterology, and more, we provide advanced health technologies delivered by top providers. Expert care every day. It's what you can count on from Atlantic General Hospital.
Every day, Washington politicians let the border crisis continue and do nothing. They fail the American people. Open border Democrats and status quo Republicans are both to blame. We need common sense leaders with the guts to get it done.
Typical D.C. politicians play politics instead of solving the problem. As governor, we fought sanctuary cities. Enough is enough. Secure the border immediately. I'm Larry Hogan, and I approve this message. In the Senate, I'll fight to keep our communities safe.
Get always on, always fast internet from Extreme and get a $100 credit. Plus, add the Xumo Stream Box and get all the top apps in one place and over 300 free channels with the Xumo Play app. That's a huge added value. Get the ultimate streaming experience with download speed options up to 1 gig and whole home Wi-Fi 360 Pro. Internet and Wi-Fi packages start as low as $29.99 a month for a year. Call now to claim your $100 credit and add your Xumo Stream Box. Call 844-EXTREME-2.
Oh, porches. Hello, aren't you the guy I see on TV, the porch protection guy?
Yeah, I would say.
So they're made of marine grade materials that last for years?
Yeah, I would.
And they say I could use my porch all year round?
I think so.
And they keep the dirt, pollen, and rain and wind out? And the custom made right here locally?
They are.
I got to run, but it was really nice talking to you.
Well, it was nice talking to you too.
Call or visit porchprotection.com for your free quote.
Just about 6:38 on this Tuesday morning. We had the sun from Dover down to the coast, and now we're inland in Laurel, and not so much. The clouds are thickening up there. 56, so I don't think you're looking at any more sun pretty much today, as we're looking at 50s inland areas. 60 in Rehoboth and Bethany Beach right now. Salisbury a little cooler at 52. As the thicker clouds are beginning to build in, and even some showers now west of D.C., maybe the southern tip of Delmarva and back into Virginia. Some of these will be drying up as they get in here, so it's going to take a little while to moisten up the atmosphere. But once it does, I think we'll see some showers this afternoon. So your golf forecast, There's my not so good putting again. I left it in the fair range, left it short. Dry this morning, but then showers later on this afternoon. So not a horrible day for golf. Even playing in the rain, I enjoy playing golf because it's better than work. 75 for this afternoon. Make sure you call the CoastTV First Alert weather phone 443-880-9100. Forecast just a call away. Sponsored by Baird Mandalas, Bruxton, and Federico.
I'm not criticize that putt, Bob. That was decent. Happening today, maintenance work is coming to one of Lewis's most important roadways. The city says crews will be working at the Savannah Road drawbridge. The bridge will be open at 10 a.m. as needed.
Some good news in Bethany Beach. The latest water quality report confirms the community's drinking water meets federal safety standards. You think that'd be expected? Property owners with health concerns should consult their doctors about water use. There are monthly discussions on this at Town Hall.
Happening tonight's the most anticipated game in the history of the Women's Pro Basketball League, the WNBA. There she is, Caitlin Clark, making her debut with the Indiana Fever. Clark is college basketball's all-time leading scorer and a two-time Player of the Year. A video we're showing you here is from an exhibition game. The regular season debut starts tonight. Her team is on the road in Connecticut.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Well, the Phillies came into this week holding the best record in baseball. That seemed bound to change last night in Queens. Bottom 7, Mets' Tyrone Taylor hitting a chop in a third. Deja vu for Alec Boehm. Ball scoots in the left. Pete Alonso scoring, and the Phils trail 4-2. To the ninth, Edwin Diaz in for the save. The Trumpets, well, they've been out of tune so far this season. Bryson Stott getting the party started with a solo homer. Fourth of the season for Stott. It's 4-3. Then after Philly loaded the bases, painful redemption for Boehm. Hit on the hand by a Diaz fastball. That would force in the tying run. The Titans would then take a 5-4 lead in the 10th on a sac fly. Jose Alvarado doing what Diaz could not. Game, set, match. Phils win it 5-4. Meanwhile, after last night's 8-7 win for Del Mar softball and extras, we've got another good one on DSN tonight in Lewis. Cape Henlopen Boys Lacrosse hosting the number 6 team in the country, Silesianum. The Vikings are 11-3 on the season, most recently falling to Archmere Academy 11-6. This is a rematch of the past 6 state title games in Delaware. Sally's has won 5 of the past 6 crowns. Tune in just before 7 on DSN. That's it for sports.
Some entertainment news now. We have a new look at the upcoming Wicked movie and George Clooney. He's heading to Broadway. Rick Damigella has more in the Hollywood Minute.
Wait a minute. We have new footage from the big screen adaptation of the beloved musical Wicked. This is a closer look at Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande as the Witches of Oz. Fans will get to see more when the first of the 2-film series arrives this Thanksgiving. George Clooney is set to make his Broadway debut in a stage adaptation of his acclaimed 2005 film Good Night and Good Luck. The actor also co-wrote the play, which is based on the life of journalist Edward R. Murrow and set to debut next spring.
Whether you take it as the intent of he's really dedicated to what he's doing or he should get help, I'll leave that up to you.
You talking about me?
Yes.
Billy Corgan's journey as owner of the National Wrestling Alliance is documented in Billy Corgan's Adventures in Carneyland. The 8-episode reality show sees the rock star balancing music, family, and wrestling, which he and fiancée Chloe Mendel explain is their everyday life.
We literally will be sitting at the kitchen table having dinner, and in one conversation go from high couture fashion to the NWA to Pumpkin's political problems, You know what I mean? It's so normal in our life that we don't even blink. But if you think about it on paper, it makes not a lot of sense. But here we are.
It's following your passion. I think that's what the show is. It's not being afraid of what other people think and doing what you love.
The show premieres today on the CW app and CWTV.com. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Here's what's coming up today at 4 on Coast Life. The best way to eat French fries. We gave you options, you voted, and we're breaking it down in our great debate. And saving a life is just as easy as grabbing a beer. We're telling you how you can do both with Blood for a Brew. All that and more today at 4 on Coast Life.
Those fries look pretty good. All right, weather-wise, we're looking at lots of clouds out there. Had some sun earlier, but now it's clouding up over Seaford on our tidal health cam. And we're looking at showers developing this afternoon. Steady rain overnight into early Wednesday, prompting a yellow alert. I'll track it all on Futurecast coming up next.
Download the DSN app today. Driven by Preston Automotive Group.
Honor cyclists and loved ones who were injured or lost their lives as a result of vehicle cyclist crashes. Join us for the Maryland Eastern Shore Ride of Silence Wednesday, May 15th at 6 p.m. As part of May Bike Month, we're bringing attention to drivers and cyclists sharing the road. Start and finish at Unity Square in Salisbury. Helmets are required and lights front and back are encouraged. For more information, visit the Ride of Silence Maryland Eastern Shore Facebook page.
Turn your dreams of a perfect kitchen into reality with That Cabinet Store, where a dedicated team of designers will bring your vision to life. Whether it's traditional or European, kitchen design is our specialty. And we can get your fully customized kitchen cabinets installed in as little as 4 weeks, semi-custom in 10 days. And if you're looking for new countertops, we offer quality in-house fabricated countertops. Dream today, designs for tomorrow at That Cabinet Store, located with Matt the Carpet Guy in Selbyville and Salisbury.
16 years ago, we founded Community Bank Delaware with the goal of providing high-quality banking services to our local community. Here you meet with decision makers, people just like you who live in and love this community. We provide the newest banking technologies to our customers, supported by our local team of banking professionals. Our bank serves clients throughout Sussex County, and we continue to grow, all thanks to you. Community Bank Delaware, where community matters.
Weather brought to you by Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning, dedicated to excellence in Delaware and Maryland.
At Coastal Comfort, we know there's no place like home. That's why we're committed to ensuring total comfort for a totally happy home. As a premier Carrier factory authorized dealer, we're dedicated to providing reliable service and the best savings. Like now, through the end of May, with purchase of a qualified Carrier system, you can instantly receive up to $1,900 off. You could also qualify for up to $2,000 in federal tax credit. Coastal Comfort, a Carrier factory authorized dealer serving Maryland and Delaware. Carrier, turn to the experts.
It's now 6:45 on your Tuesday. Let's take a live look together at Rehoboth Beach. Ooh, that's beautiful. It's like a creamsicle, Bob. A creamsicle in the sky.
Creamsicle. And the sun that I talked about earlier, look at that. It's already going bye-bye, Paige. Yeah, there it is. About an hour or so of sunshine, and now the clouds, and eventually the rain will build in. And as far as our 5-day temperature trend, today is the warmest day of the next 5 with a high of 75, average high is 74, and then maybe 65 tomorrow. I think much of the day is 50s and low 60s. It's going to be raw, rainy, and windy, not very nice. Upper 60s Thursday, near 70 Friday, and then back to the upper 60s on Saturday. So after today, we're pretty much below average. And this morning, any kind of sunshine we were seeing is now going behind the clouds as the clouds are beginning to thicken up now, and even some showers showing up to our west and south. A few little showers around Cape Charles perhaps, and then back into the Norfolk area, and then farther to the west near Richmond, west of D.C., just kind of a scattering of showers from Virginia into North Carolina. They're headed our way. Some of these will dry up, but it will take a little time to moisten up the atmosphere. So by this afternoon, I think we will see some showers, more of those across the Carolinas and the deep south and the Midwest, and this whole mass of clouds and showers will actually turn into one big storm over the top of us and give us a soaking rain overnight into Wednesday morning. Out the door this morning, we're in the 50s to right around 60 in Rehoboth, 54 in Georgetown, and the winds are pretty light out of the southwest, but they'll warm us up pretty quickly. Here's Futurecast beginning at 8:30. We're in the 60s, the clouds thickening up, even low 70s late morning and mid 70s early afternoon, around 76 in Millsboro and Georgetown. Cooler along the beaches as the winds are picking up out of the south. We will start to see the showers developing this afternoon, kind of scattered in nature, and that will be the case this evening. And then after midnight, I think we'll start to see more of the steady rain building in. Here's 4 a.m. tomorrow. We get into the steady, maybe heavy rain and chilly temperatures in the 50s and 60s. Looks like a washout Wednesday morning with the rain and lower 60s, maybe some flooding in local areas and poor drainage areas. That's why we have a yellow alert tomorrow, seeing that heavier rain finally moving offshore later tomorrow afternoon, but still some lingering showers as we go into Wednesday evening and overnight into Thursday morning. Still kind of cloudy as we have low pressure hanging offshore, and that could still throw some showers back over us on Thursday. Then that system finally starts to move away. Friday is drier, and the weekend looking 50-50. Some showers Saturday, and then hopefully drying out a little bit on Sunday. But the rain between now and, say, Thursday morning, we're looking at a solid 3/4 of an inch to maybe over an inch in some places, maybe close to 2 in Berlin and 1.85 in Ocean City, and over an inch maybe in Georgetown. So a good soaking on the way. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast. We go from 75 with the showers today to 65 with the yellow alert on Wednesday with showers. Showers Thursday, 68, dry Friday, and then by Saturday, 68 with the rain, and then dry and mild Sunday into Monday.
Thank you, Bob. It took a little negotiating, but Delaware legislative leaders and Governor John Carney reached an agreement with Delaware's largest hospitals on House Bill 350. For a bit of context, House Bill 350 requires hospitals to submit annual budgets to a cost review board. Hospitals didn't like that, but an amendment has been added to the bill that will add a flexible price index, and it'll define the role of the review board. With that in hand, the Delaware Healthcare Association removed their objections. So now they're just neutral on the bill, which is expected to get a Senate vote Wednesday. A House vote could follow as soon as Thursday. Governor Carney says he will sign this bill if it passes.
In Ocean City, vacationers there might soon face a hike in their hotel bills. House Bill 186, it successfully passed both the Maryland House and Senate. What this does, it grants Eastern Shore counties the authority to raise the hotel tax from 5% to 6%. The bill awaits the signature of approval from Governor Wes Moore.
The Lewis Planning Commission is getting ready to tackle housing and environmental plans for Wednesday night. The commission will talk about adding accessory dwelling units, also known as ADUs or tiny homes, into the city's housing plan. This plan would allow smaller secondary homes on properties to help with housing shortages. The commission will also be reviewing new rules to protect wetlands from damage better, make sure they can continue to help prevent flooding, and provide a home for wildlife. This meeting takes place at 6:30.
I already mentioned that today is Maryland's primary election day, and if you are voting in Salisbury, well, here's a closer thing to look out for. Closure of Race Street near the Board of Elections office. That'll be closed today from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. The city says this closure is needed for a smooth operation after the polls close.
The time is now 6:50. Time to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
Today's coastal pet of the day, man's best friend. This is Milo. He is the best bud to Tommy, and Tommy's the one who submitted Milo to us.
He looks like a good boy. I love the name Milo, too.
I do, too. That's a good dog name.
It is, definitely. Keep sending us all your pictures of your pets on Delmarva and tell us what makes them so special.
Yep, on your screens, that QR code at the top there. You can submit your furry friends to CoastTV News, and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
We're starting to see the clouds fading behind the sun, fading behind the clouds now in our Bay Health cam at Dover 56. Everybody clouds up. We're going to see the rain today into tonight. Looks like maybe more rain into the weekend, kind of 50-50. Shocking, right? I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up after the break.
Illuminations by Bellaterra. Customize your lighting vision with the only certified outdoor lighting designer in the state of Delaware. Aesthetics and functionality are key components utilized in our designs, increasing property value, beauty, safety, and security. Whether you're adding mood lighting to a patio space or improving visibility, Illuminations by Bellaterra will deliver exceptional lighting installations that will impress every time the sun goes down.
Call today to see how Illuminations by Bellaterra can light up your life.
The day of the bridge collapse, my phone just started ringing. The ship struck the bridge. The Dolly was the last ship I was on. It was a punch in the gut. Losing lives is a tragedy, but losing our livelihoods was a disaster. It was a direct hit to longshoremen because if we don't have vessels, we do not have work. Your pay just stopped overnight. We're in trouble. I saw David Trone on the news.
We got to bring these dollars home.
Yes.
And we got to make sure that union labor builds this bridge. We got to keep thinking about those that have lost wages.
That's right.
Longshoremen are small businessmen. They still got mortgages to meet, food to put on the table. So we need an effort not to let that slip. through the cracks.
1000%. To have an advocate speaking loud and speaking proud is David Trone for me.
I'm David Trone, and I approve this message.
For a great shopping experience, Furniture Gallery is the place to pick up one-of-a-kind signature finds to complete your home decor. Come explore our selection of handcrafted furniture and get all the supplies you need for your own DIY projects. And through the doors is Shore Marketplace, where you'll find the most unique local shops at the beach. With over 40 local artisans, Shore Marketplace is truly a local connection you cannot afford to miss. And next door you'll find Scrub Apparel outlets. All this under one roof with easy access off Coastal Highway North.
It's always a good time to protect and improve your home's value. At Pinnacle Concrete Coatings, our highly trained experts are dedicated to creating beautiful, durable floors at a fair, honest price. And most jobs are completed in just one day. Our multi-step process uses heavy-duty, high-precision equipment to create gorgeous floors that stand the test of time. 4 times stronger than epoxy and resistant to abrasions, chemicals, and UV damage. And all residential applications are backed by a lifetime warranty. Call to schedule your free estimate. Pinnacle Concrete Coatings, because quality matters.
It's now 6:54. It's time for things you need to know before you go. The planned demolition to remove a portion of the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Maryland took place yesterday. That's what you're seeing on your screen. Maryland's governor discussed the removal process. It involves using small explosives to break apart a massive chunk of the bridge. The demolition aims to remove that debris and ultimately free the ship that's trapped underneath.
U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken arriving in Ukraine today. This is his 4th visit to Ukraine's capital city of Kyiv since Russia's invasion. He will meet with President Volodymyr Zelensky to discuss battlefield updates, the impact of new U.S. security and economic assistance, long-term security commitments, and ongoing work to bolster Ukraine's economic recovery. He's expected to emphasize America's commitment to Ukraine's sovereignty, territorial integrity, and democracy in the face of Russia's ongoing war.
Former President Trump blasted the case against him as he left a New York courtroom Monday. The former president's charged with 34 counts of falsifying business records to allegedly hide hush money payments to adult film star Stormy Daniels. Daniels testified she had a brief sexual encounter with Trump, a claim Trump denied. On his way out of court, the former president cited quotes from a number of political and media allies who believe this case is unjust.
New roundabout near 5 Points in the Lewis area. It was supposed to fully open tomorrow. Now there's going to be a slight delay. All the rainy weather that's in the forecast is going to push things back just a little bit. It's not going to be a big delay. DelDOT tells CoastTV News that they still have plans to open it before the end of the week. So we're keeping an eye out for that, and we will update you with any new information.
Monday marked the first day of the seasonal Bethany Beach police training. 9 recruits met the standards of the physical tests and the psychological evaluations. The Laurel Police Department and the Selbyville Police Department, they also came together to help kickstart their careers. Once they complete their training in 2 weeks, they will take part in a 4-day certified police cycling course. Very exciting there. Well, country singer Toby Keith was granted an honorary degree from the University of Oklahoma Saturday, just 3 months after his death.
His daughter, Crystal Keith, accepted the degree on behalf of her late father during the university's graduation ceremony.
And the musician died in February at the age of 62 after his battle with stomach cancer. Crystal Keith said her father was informed of this honor actually before he passed away.
Now, Toby Keith was an Oklahoma native. He was a big fan of the Oklahoma Sooners football team, and all 3 of his children are OU alumni.
Man, it's too bad he couldn't accept that. He would have loved that. All right, well, it's 6:56 now, everyone. Let's take a quick look at your forecast before you head out the door.
Yeah, we got one final check with Bob, and Bob, we were seeing those clouds continue to roll in.
Yeah, we are. And, you know, it's hard to believe it's been 3 months since Toby passed away. So, yeah, so sad. We are looking at any kind of sun this morning, giving way to increasing clouds and then just cloudy skies with time. There's a little bit of sun through about 8 a.m., 50s and 60s, and then cloudy, but temperatures do boost into the mid-70s with a southerly wind later on, a little cooler at the beaches. Then the rain starts to develop this afternoon, becomes steady tonight. Paul Davis 10-day forecast, yellow alert for steady rain on Wednesday. Real kind of icky day, 65, maybe up to an inch of rain in some places. Lingering showers Thursday, 68, dry Friday, and the weekend, we can never get a nice weekend. Saturday, showers, 68, but drier Sunday, 72. And then warming up into the following week. Monday's always nice, and it looks like that nicer weather continues through much of next week.
All right, Thank you, and thank you all for joining us on Coast TV News Today.
And the Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
We'll be back with Coast TV Midday at 11, so stick around.
And for even more news and coverage you can count on, download our Coast TV News and weather apps. Have a great Tuesday morning, everybody.